Welcome back to another episode of the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. If you have not yet, make sure that you are inside my Breadwinner Energy community called The Vault. It's completely free for you. It's where I'm the most active. I drop content almost every day religiously. I drop broadcasts. I drop value. I drop trainings, freebies, voice notes, podcasts, all the things. I'm in there talking about my clients, what's happening. We have over 400 women inside this group, and you should be in that room. The link is below. It's completely free. You can go in there, binge content, and binge freebies. I have so much in there. It's not even funny. But yesterday in that group, I posted that I am doing a 4-week intensive inside of Breadwinner Energy Academy. So, Breadwinner Energy Academy right now is enrolling 50 members for 50% off. It's part of our like end of year holiday thing. I typically don't do Black Friday sales. I haven't for a really long time, but I made a decision. I was like, you know what? I really want to do something fun with my current academy group and add to this group because I've been chatting with so many of you under six figures and you guys are stuck. And I've been coaching women to get to six figures and beyond for so long. And I want to help you. I want to change your life before the end of the year. This podcast is going to help you close a lot of those gaps. But the live intensive that I'm doing inside of the academy is called All Up in a Healer's Business. It's going to be 6 90-minute calls in the next 4 weeks. You will have between now and the end of the year to either attend or listen to all of these trainings, and you will be in a completely different place ready for 2026. The 6 calls are about CEO identity work. So, this is going to be the space for you if you consider yourself a healer, if you consider yourself an impact maker, if you consider yourself someone in the industry who does not just sell regurgitated shit, but you actually have a story. You have your spiritual, you have gifts, you have magic, you have a voice, you have things that will change the world. That is for you. And you want to become a CEO, an embodied leader. You want to make fuck you money. You want to make big impact. And so, what I've seen for so many years, because this has been who, even though I've just said, like coaches is who I work with, 99% of the time, the people that come in my world and came through coach school to learn how to build group coaching programs, they were the ones who were healers. They were the ones who were impact makers. And so I decided to just completely go in that direction of like, this is actually who I absolutely love working with. Because if you're just regurgitating something you learned about reels or AI or whatever makes money right now, this is just not going to be the space for you because we do a lot of in-depth work on you and who you support and your content and your marketing and your messaging. And it doesn't come from the soul. It doesn't come from the heart. It doesn't come from your story. It doesn't come from real lived experience and connection to change lives. I just can't find myself there. I can't there's no connection, right? So, in week one, we're going to talk about identity work, how to hold the next level. So many of you are healers and you're good at what you do and you're magical, but you do not treat your business like a business. You treat your business like a side hustle. And we need to clean that up. We need to clean up your CEO identity. We need to clean up your leadership, your embodied level leadership, so that you can hold the next level of clients and impact. And our call two, we're going to talk about who you support, your luxury client. We're going to get crystal clear on this. Week call three, scalable offers, group containers, and how to build them. Week four, or call four, is going to be about being magnetic AF through embodiment. Call five is going to be storytelling to selling, and call six is going to be selling and making offers and making money. Here's what I need you to know. I just closed enrollment for my mastermind, and that's going to open April 2026. And we're going to reopen the mastermind enrollment. But we have very strict stipulations on who gets in and who does not. And as I've been working through our current mastermind group and what they need to be able to get their scale plan done and scale, what I've realized is all of these foundations that I just shared with you about holding yourself to being a CEO, being crystal clear on who you support, having a scalable signature offer, being magnetic AF, knowing your story, knowing how to tell it, and knowing the basics, the foundations of sales is a non-negotiable to be in the room. And so If you actually are thinking about being in my mastermind, but you're still going back and forth on your niche, or you're selling 375 different offers and you're always talking about different things, and your social media is not actually reflecting, like if I came to your social media, I wouldn't be like, wow, she's so embodied in her work. She's on fire. She knows exactly who she's talking to. She knows what she's selling. Her selling's not just a few CTAs here and there. She has her foundations cleaned up. She has a signature scalable offer. If that is not you, then we're going to ask that you go to academy and do that work. And so that was why I decided between that and coaching my literal students in both of my containers, what's the gap? What is missing? Because in Mastermind, what we do is we build out a 3-year plan and then we execute year one together. And we can't actually start getting into scaling conversations if we're hung up on foundational conversations. If you're not actively going out and making money and talking to people and showing up in some way for marketing to tell people who you are, you're not getting people in your world consistently, then it's not going to be the space for you. You're going to feel like you're probably drowning in the mastermind because you're going to have a lot of things that need cleaned up. You're going to have a lot of questions and you're going to have a lot of like, crap, I still need to do this. I still need to build this offer. I still need to be clear on X, Y, and Z. So if that is you, if you are considering my mastermind, or you're a healer who needs to identify as a business owner, run your business like a business, make better, faster decisions, actually be specific in who you help, how you help them, who you talk to, all the things, being magnetic, driving more sales, learning actually how to sell. This is going to be the space for you. And right now, you can join as one of the 50 people getting 50% off for either $111 a month for 12 months or one payment of 1111. The link is below. We start November 19th. So you have 2 weeks to join, less than 2 weeks to join and get in that room and make a decision that you are going to be in there because you're going to change your life and you're going to go through this. So by the beginning of next year, you have a lot of this cleaned up. And for the next year, we're going to spend coaching on helping you move into being a leader, help you move into being a CEO, holding the next level, holding the identity, cleaning up how you talk to people, who you talk to, what you're known for, cleaning up a scalable offer, making better, faster decisions, and being truly, truly embodied in your work and your magic. Okay. The link is below. Join. We start November 19th. If you have questions, you can also come over to the Vault, the free community. I have a lot of in-depth information about Academy, about who I am and what I do, if you've just happened to land here, about this experience that we're going to have together. Let's get into today's episode. And I want to talk to you about being in business versus having a very expensive hobby or side hustle. If you are giving free clarity calls, if you are hosting any kind of consistent free calls or offering free calls or quote unquote clarity calls so that you have clarity, they have clarity. If you are giving random out offers like $33 tarot reading here and a reading here and a this here, and you have no offer that's at least $2,000. You are not known for something. Your link tree has like 15 random offers put together. This is a hobby and it's an expensive one because the truth is, if people do not know who you are, what you stand for, what you do, and how you change people's lives, they're not going to buy from you. They just simply aren't. No matter what, they're not going to buy from you, or you will just have random people buying random shit all the time, and it will not feed your machine. It will not feed your business model. It will not create eventually higher ticket sales because you don't have your funnel, your model strung together like a machine, and your sales will be inconsistent. So if you're struggling with like 1K here, 2K month here, a 5K month here, back to 1K month here, there's no monthly recurring revenue. There's no consistency. This is an issue. We have got to clean it up because if you don't have clear direction, a clear identity, your inner critic is running your life. Your inner child is running your life. Your nervous system is fried. There is absolutely no way you can grow and scale to 6 figures, let alone anywhere beyond that. So if right now you're like, I don't know what to do, I think it's my strategy, it's reels, it's content, it's my messaging, it's my offers, it's all strategy, strategy, strategy. More than likely, it's because you treat your business like an option. You treat it like a fun gig, or you live in mind drama. You live in the drama of, I can't make a decision. I don't know what the right decision is. I am scared to niche down because then I would leave a bunch of people out if I niche down. And that drama is keeping you from making better, faster decisions, higher level decisions, and it's keeping you from six figures. If you truly wanted to make six figures in 2026, here are the four things that you would need to make a decision on and act on right now. Number one, who the fuck do you help? Who do you help? Specifically, who do you help? And being willing to leave people out. Being willing to leave people out of who you help will be the reason you grow faster. I know it sounds counterintuitive. I understand. But I had a coaching program called Coach School, and I taught coaches how to build, how to launch group coaching programs and make six plus figures from group coaching programs. The number one group of people who made no money or the least amount of money in the group did not niche down, or their niche was so broad and less specific, it made content harder, it made messaging harder, it made everything harder because they did not know who they were talking to. When you know exactly who this person is, you know their problems, you know their desires, you know their pain points, you know what they've tried, you know how to create content for them, you know what offers they need. You know how to create every single thing in your business from this lens. And it will make you more money because they will be like, "Oh my God, this is me." I cannot tell you how many of you have messaged me, "Oh my God, you're in my head. Oh my God, you are totally seeing me. Holy shit, get out of my head. Why do you know all of these things? Why are you speaking directly to me?" I'm speaking directly to you because I'm making it very, very crystal clear about who I'm talking to. When I was coaching just coaches, I could pretty much lean on that I was coaching coaches to build group coaching programs, and that was the niche, right? Coaches for group containers. And so I had a double niche because coaches, which is a really broad lens, but I became micro specific because I said I'm going to help you build a group coaching program and launch it. Okay. Where now I've gotten even more micro specific on who this person is. Because after years of coaching that, I said, okay, well, these are actually the clients that I've worked with that I absolutely love working with, and they're healers, they're spiritual, they're here to make big impact, they're here to make change, and they have a story. Those are my people. Because if you are connected to me, right, and you're connected to my business, it's because I've been an embodiment of my own story and my own journey that created my business, right? Certifications and degrees did not create my inner knowing, my business, whatever. What created me and my business was this, right? Like my story, my journey, the pain that I went through and alchemized into success. And I've always said, like, if I can do it, so can you. And that's what created connection. That's why people follow me. You need to know very, very clearly and micro specifically who this is, right? And who it's not for. That will be the reason you create better content, better messaging, better offers, and selling gets easier is because it's crystal clear, which is why in the last 30 days, I've made what, 20, 50K from clients. People just joining my world have never seen me before. But when they come into my world, they're like, holy shit, this is for me and buy because they're like, I'm spiritual. I'm a coach. I'm doing that. I feel like that. I'm experiencing that. I want that. Right. And it's really easy to make a decision. And we don't have to have a conversation or a fucking free clarity call. Number two, the second reason, the second way, right, that you're going to get to six figures is because you know exactly what your process and your framework is. Your process and your framework cannot be something you learned. It is something you've experienced. Period, point blank, end of story. Your process, your framework that you take people through, the steps that you take people through to get them results, you must know that process. You must be able to articulate that process, and that process must be from lived experience. Lived experience. Chat GPTs for pretty Fs to create some fucking framework that no one's going to give two shits about freedom, flexibility, whatever four Fs you come up with. No one cares. Nobody cares. No one cares. People want to know, how does this impact me? How does this change my life? How do I know? Who are you? Why should I care? How will this get me some result that I want? And so for you, inside my academy, that's what we're going to do is map out what is your signature process? What is your signature framework that you're going to be known for or that you're going to teach to get people results? That is also going to pull out for you, number one, all of your modules and all of your trainings for your scalable offer. But number two, it's going to create all of your content because all of your content is going to come from who you help, how you help them, right? And I will get on to the other things. So you need to have a crystal clear process of what this is. And if you do not have a crystal clear process and you don't know exactly who you help, you are two decisions away from not making six figures. Niche down. Make the decision, niche down, love the niche you've chosen, move on with your day, create a signature process that you've lived through from your own lived experience. Then number three is results. What is the result? And I'm going to go to number four and come back to number three. Number four is that you're going to build a signature group coaching program that costs at least $2,000. If you can make decisions and act on these decisions, you're going to build a scalable group coaching program that costs at least $2,000. You're going to be crystal clear about who you help. You're going to nail down your framework and your process and get crystal clear on the results that they would get once they go through that process in that container. You can make six figures in the next year, period. I've done it. I've seen so many clients do it. I can't even count at this point from those four decisions. Those are the four decisions. But what happens when we go to make those decisions? This is why Coach School was a year. Because building a group coaching program, making all the decisions, building it and getting it to be ready to launch takes 90 days or less. For some people, it takes 30 days. The reason it takes 90 days is because number one, you have to make decisions, you have to act on those decisions, and then you have to start building, launching, right, getting all the pieces ready, like in order. But it takes people longer. Like this is why I said for some people it takes 30 days, but for some people it takes 90. Some people it takes 6 months. For some people, it literally took a year or more and they still didn't build the fucking offer. You know why? Because they live in mind trauma. They live in indecision. They live in, I don't know, what if I do this and this? And what if someone else went, oh my God, make a fucking decision. This is why you're not making money in your business. You're not making decisions. You know why? Because you're not acting like a CEO. You're not identifying as a CEO. You're still living in survival, and that every single decision is life or death, and every single decision comes from fear, and every single decisions come from, well, what about the algorithm? And what did the algorithm say? And well, I don't know. Am I supposed to post to my stories? And what am I supposed to share at this time or this time? No one cares. Are you consistent? Are you magnetic? Do you know who you're talking to? Do you have clear processes? Do you have a scalable signature offer? What results do you get people? That's what matters. That is the foundation of what matters. But the problem is you're stuck in this identity of survival. You're stuck in this identity of being broke. You're stuck in this identity of being a healer and changing lives. But really, you're not even changing lives. You're changing like 5 lives a year, if that. 10 lives a year, if that. You know why? Because everything you do is for fucking free. And people would actually be able to go in depth with you and get real life results by being in a container with you and you being decisive and you acting like a CEO. But because you're not, the impact you make is smaller, the income you make is smaller, the freedom you have is less. And the freedom is less because your brain is fogged and clogged with shit and fear and panic and anxiety and it not being good enough and not knowing what to do and lack of clarity. And it all comes down to your identity, the way that you make decisions, how you show up, right? And then from that place of making decisions, acting on those decisions. So the number three was results. What tangible results do you get people? What tangible results do you get your ideal client when they come through your process? Not competence, not feeling better. Very specifically, what are the results you get people? Right? When they leave your container, how will their life be changed? So we first start with tangible results and then we go to intangible results, right? So let's take Breadwinner Energy Academy, for example. When you leave this program, your life will change in every single area and you will never be able to unsee it. You will be forced to operate as the highest unfuckable with self, period. You will shed your old identities, your survival patterns, the watered down version of you, so that you simply cannot come on this journey. Or if you don't do this work, you simply cannot come on the journey of building an empire or impact or freedom. Okay? When you leave this container, you will operate as a CEO identity, an embodied leader. You will think of yourself as a leader. You will carry yourself as a leader. And in return, you will make more money, make more impact, more freedom. Just by going through this program, you will never be the same. You will never think of yourself the same, see yourself the same. You will never act the same. In 1 year, you will clean up so much of your mind, your energy, your identity. You will operate as a completely different person, and then you actually have business foundations and structures that you not only made decisions on, but acted on. And when you do that, you actually make money, you make momentum, you make traction, people start to know who you are, people start to come in your world, you align with better opportunities, right? And your business creates more freedom because you know exactly what the fuck you're doing and what you're talking about at all times. You never have confusion on, oh, what am I going to post today? What am I going to say today? What am I going to talk about today? Because you always know I'm selling my signature offer to this person. Here's my framework. I'm going to pull content out of here and talk about these results. If you want to make six figures in the next year, these are the non-negotiables. These four are the non-negotiables. You have got to stop acting like you're running a side hustle, a very expensive hobby, and you need to start operating like a CEO. And inside Breadwinner Energy Academy, in 6 calls, 4 weeks, by the end of this year, you will be a completely different person. We start November 19th. The link is below to sign up. It's literally the cost of the entire container, which is 1111 right now, because you can get it 50% off. That investment is worth this 4 week intensive. If I was running this 4 week intensive on its own outside of Academy, it would be priced at least 997 minimum. You're getting an entire year of coaching with me, an entire program with more than 50 hours of training included already inside. You'll walk in and meet your 16, 17 other what am I wanting to say? I was going to say community members. That doesn't sound right. The other powerful ass spiritual entrepreneurs in there, you will meet them. You'll have community. You'll be able to binge all of the pre-work. And then we will kick off and I will change your entire fucking life. The pre-work alone will probably change your life. The investment itself is worth just joining just to come to this live experience. Are you in? You need to make a decision. Let this be decision one of being a six-figure spiritual entrepreneur in the next year. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will chat with you on the next episode.